Hello and welcome to League Stars Inspire Health and Wellbeing. My name's Alan Tung and it's great to be able to connect back in with you in workshop number 2. In week 1 we spoke about the message of resilience. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, but also some more values of successful and healthy teams. Remember, with the resource, you can use it, pause it, go to your worksheets, do some activities, as much or as little as you like right throughout. The session is yours to utilise to the best of your ability. But I want to start by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Discovering lately, I'm a bit crazy for my rugby league team. Now the stage is set for the best season yet. You'll see, and you will hear me every week when I scream. That's my team. That's my team. That's my team. I'm yelling out to my team. That's my team. That's my team. That's my team.
So some great vision there from our young participants playing the great game of rugby league. Okay, workshop number 2 in our League Stars Inspire Health and Wellbeing. In week 1, we chatted about these 3 key words which are really important about having a growth mindset, about having a resilient mindset, and they were try, learn, and grow. Trying your best, learning from the highs and lows so you can grow. Because we believe that that's a really big part of being in a successful and healthy team. Now, we chatted about all these different values, and you might have some more values in your class, in your family, that are a part of a successful and healthy teams, but the one of respect and teamwork, support, inclusion, gratitude, resilience, they're all really important messages, aren't they? And we focused on that message of resilience in week 1, but in week 2, I want to share this message of support. Now, support is a really, really important part of rugby league, but I think it's an important part of your classroom, of your schools, of your family homes, in our communities that we live in. So what is support? What does support mean to you? You can have a chat with the person that's beside you around that message of what is support? Because we believe that support is someone who helps you through the highs and the lows of life, of the situations that we get put in. Remember the highs and lows, the activity that we did in workshop number 1? Well, support helps you to get through that, to work as a part of a team. So why do you think it's important? Why is support important? Well, we believe that, you know what, we don't have all the answers. And your support networks, you know what, they help you get through that. It's really important that we have those people around us. Provide you with somebody that you can trust, that you can turn to, especially when you need them. Support's really important to have those people that you can trust in your life. They're people who can help you through the highs and the lows, and they encourage you and they help get the best out of you. That's what a great support person can do. So let's hear from the players as they talk about this message of support and who they turn to in a time of need.
Support networks are really important, especially if you're going through some tough times, and the situations where you don't have to do it all on your own, and you've got teachers and you've got your friends there to help and support you, and you're not, I guess, meant to know all the answers, and that's where you've got all these support people around you to help you get through these tough times.
I think support networks are a huge asset to have around you. I think everyone that should surround themselves with people that they feel comfortable with. It's important to know that there's people there to talk to, you can communicate, share your feelings and your thoughts.
Sometimes when you don't feel well, it's okay to go seek professional help from a doctor or a counsellor. Everyone needs help in their life, but it's okay. Don't be afraid to go do it.
There's going to be some tough times and there's going to be some really good times, and if you have a good support network around you, they'll help you through both.
I think it's really important to have a support around you, because you're never going to have all the answers yourselves. I think sometimes you're not going to know the answer to something, or sometimes you're going to need help doing something, and it's really important to reach out to your friends or your mum and dad, your teacher or your best mate at school, just to try and help you figure out some things in life, or give you a hand when you need to maybe do something that you're struggling with by yourself.
My support networks are my coaches, my family and my close friends. They're always there when I need them the most, and I can trust and count on them.
One of the people I relied on for support at school was my PE teacher. He was a great listener, he always had great advice for me, and he was always around when I had questions.
For me personally, I like to see my physio. He always gets my body in good shape and ready for a big game. And of course our welfare officer at the club, just checking in with him sometimes.
And for you, it could be your teacher, your parents, your siblings. Just make sure they're honest to you and they listen to you and they give you great, honest feedback.
I think some of the traits that make a good support person is someone who is fully present and listens to what you're going through and your challenges, and they're not judgmental. They're not going to go and judge you for what you've told them, or they're not going to go and gossip to someone else about it. It's confidential and it's between you and that person.
Some great messages from our NRL stars as they talk about this importance of support. So let's reflect on what some of those messages were. What stood out to you? Maybe you'd like to have a chat as a class, as a family, to the person that's beside you. What stood out to you? What were the main messages that you took away? I know some of the messages that were really important to me were they're especially important when you're going through some tough times. You know what? You don't have to do it all on your own. In fact, they are a huge asset. And it's okay to seek professional help. Sometimes we can get the answers from our mum or dad, from our friends in our schools, in our community, but sometimes we need to go outside and get some professional help. Some of the people that the players turn to, they shared that they connect with their coaches, their teachers, but also their brothers and their sisters. We're all people that were a part of their support team. So who's on your support team? Who might be some people that can support you through some of those times, whether it be the highs or the lows? Take a moment to have a think about that. Share as a class, share with your mum and dad some people that are on your support team. You might have mentioned it's your coach, whatever sport that you play. Your coaches play a really important part of our support team. It could be your classmates, the person you're sitting alongside, the person you go to school with. Might be a big part of your support team. Your wonderful teachers, they can be on your support team. But it could be somebody in your family. Your mum, your dad, your brothers and your sisters, your nan, your pop, auntie, uncles, they're all part of your support team. Okay, here's a little activity sheet, and it's called My Support Team. You can put your name at the top, but I want you to think about 3 people that you can have in your support team. One from your school, the other one from your family, and the third one in your community. Now let's have some fun with it. You can put their head, draw their head in there, put their arms, wrap one arm around the footy, put their legs in there, have some fun with it, and put their name at the bottom of it. But then what's really important, I want you to think of some values that make them a really good support person. I've given you some examples at the top there. They might be a good listener. They could be really friendly and honest with you. And I've written them in the shirt above there, but I want you to write down the values of your support person, and I want you to write it on their jersey, because that's why there in your team. But we've also got some activities with the footy in hand, whether you're at home, on your own, with your brothers and sisters, mum and dad, or whether you're in the classroom with a team around you, we've got some activities to share with you around support. Okay, here we go. As a team, what you can do, my support team, this little drill is called. Line up in your two lines in even numbers once again, in a straight line. And what you've got the footy at the front, and what you've got to do, you've got to turn with the ball over your shoulder, but the person that's behind them, they need to really reach out and grab that footy out of their hands, and then it's going to zigzag to the other side. So the ball has to weave between your group, then the person at the back runs to the front, and you can have a bit of a relay race with it. Remember those messages of try, learn, and grow, but work together as a team. Remember? Turn to the person beside you, behind you, and then reach out in front. Here's a little example of a couple of teams doing it. But turn and make sure that ball zigzags to the back. Once it gets to the back, run to the front and then start the process again. Stay in line and continue with the little activity, going back and forth, but that message of turning to the people that are around you for support. But also the teammates that are there, they need to reach out and look after their friends, their family, their classmates. That's a little drill that you can do as a school, as a family, as a team. My support team. Hello and welcome to our at-home activities that you can do. Now we've been talking about support, turning and reaching for that support that's around you, building a good team, a support team to be able to help you through those highs and also the lows. And we're going to do a couple little activities around turning, looking for that support, and having a bit of fun too. So get your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, and have a go at a little 20-second challenge to see how many passes you can get with your teammate. So what you do, you're going to go back to back with your teammate, and we're going to turn to them and they take the footy out of your hands, and then you're going to go as many times as you can, make it a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, get it out as many as you can in that 20-second time little period, and then go and do it again, repeat. Remember, turn for that support. Your teammate's going to reach out for that footy to take it out of your hands, and you're going to work as a team to get as many as you can. Now another one that you can do is a little reaction support drill that you can do. So with your teammate, what you're going to do, you're going to get a couple of meters between you, they'll turn around, and on the count of 3 they've got to react to the footy that's coming. We've talked about resilience and support, about moulding and adapting to the different challenges that life throws at us. But you've got to turn and look for that support and this footy that's coming at you. So on the count of 3, you're going to turn around and react to catch that footy. 3, 2, 1. Oh, good. And you can challenge, you can go high, you can go low with your teammate. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can go high, you can go low, but really emphasising on turning, reacting, reaching out for that footy, just like the support and people that we've got around us in our lives, turning and reaching out for those people to connect with. So I hope you enjoyed those drills, whether it was on your own or whether it was a part of a team or a class. But it's really important that we reflect. Reflection's a big part of being in a healthy and successful team. Reflecting on your own behaviours, reflecting as a team on what we did well, but also what we could do better if we went back and give it another go. So let's reflect. What did you do well? What were some things that you went, you know what, I did that really, really good? But also, what were some things we could maybe do better? Was it turning with that football a little bit more, being a bit more careful with the footy in the hands? Was it reaching out a bit more? Was it communicating, cheering each other on? What could be some things that you could do better next time? It's really important that we reflect and we grow from this experience. So, remember those 3 key words? Try, learn, and grow. Try your best, learn from the highs and lows so you can grow. As always, let's stay connected through a number of social media channels there. Get more teacher resources there. Look at ways that we can jump into week number 3 and continue this message in your classroom, in your family home. So let's stay connected. So today we chatted about this message of support. It's so important in rugby league. I think it's really important in your classroom, in your family, in our community. But there's more. So let's hear from our players as they share some key takeaway messages.
Remember to try your best, learn from the highs and lows so that you can grow.
League stars give things a go and do their best.
League stars focus on what they can control.
Sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. A setback is an opportunity for a comeback. League stars support others, but they also need to support themselves.
League stars have an attitude of gratitude.
Try, learn and grow.
League stars inspire health and well-being.
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 So a big thank you from everybody at the National Rugby League for being a part of our League Stars Inspire Health and Wellbeing resource, session number 2. This message of support, really important in rugby league, but it's also important in your schools, in our families, in our classrooms. Can't wait to stay connected, but also get back to you as we chat more about health and wellbeing in session number 3.